What's up, you guys? Nomicon here, bringing you my perspective of what entertainment is bringing us. And today, we're doing something completely different. I want to talk about the second season of the Fighter's Pass for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Because the first Fighter's Pass got so fucking big to the point where even even some of the most mainstream news outlets were paying attention to it. So, so as we all know, the first Fighter's Pass ended with Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses, and not only did Masahiro Sakurai showed us how Byleth works, he also showed us the fighter. He also showed us details of the Fighter's Pass Volume Two, where not only 5 characters are joining, but 6 characters are joining the battle. So that leaves us with a lot of opportunities. So So without further ado, I'm gonna do my dream picks, and then I'm gonna go over my predictions. So let's talk about it, shall we? My my first dream pick is Wonder Red from the Wonderful 101. He's literally my most wanted character for Smash because the Wonderful 101 is not only my favorite Wii U game, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. It is so action packed with such with su- with such an interesting mechanic. Well, it may not be for everyone, but once you know the mechanics of it, you're gonna have such a blast to play it. Not not only the characters are great, but the the atmosphere, the music is so good. It is so good. Now, the only thing that I think holds him back is him being a spirit and also Wonder Blue. But in Smash 4, they had trophies for Wonder Green, Pink, Yellow, and White, and the other heroes as well. But for some reason, in Ultimate, they only put spirits for Wonder Red and Blue. So if Wonder Red gets added to Smash, they will actually add more spirits of other heroes, and and more music from the Wonderful 101, which, hell yes, the music is one of my favorite video game soundtracks of all time. I'm gonna say that. So having him with a really great moveset would be a dream, the ultimate dream. My second dream pick, is Crash Bandicoot. This dude was one of my childhood heroes. Crash Bandicoot 2 was literally one of the first games I've ever played. I think it was the first game I've ever played on the PlayStation 1. I think if I could really remember, but I have so much good memories with the Bandicoot. Me and the Bandicoot go way back. And just imagine seeing Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Banjo-Kazooie, and Crash all in the same game. It's gonna get the mainstream media to pay attention to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that would make me so happy. I mean, the mainstream already paid attention to when Banjo-Kazooie were added. Imagine if Crash gets added. That'd be crazy. My third dream pick is Bandana Waddle Dee from the Kirby franchise. Now, Bandana Waddle Dee is basically considered the fourth player in the Kirby franchise in most of Kirby games since Return to Dreamland. He's been playable in not just that, but Star Allies and Battle Royale, and the Rainbow Curse as well. So while he may originate in Kirby Superstar, he actually made his playable debut in Return to Dreamland, which is one of my favorite games. One of my favorite games on the Wii. I highly recommend you check that out as well. It is so good. Also, not only now I know I may be aware that he's a spirit, but there are a couple of spirits that the Kirby characters are missing, and And he would, if Bandana D actually gets added, he would actually bring music from more music from the modern Kirby games. So and most of the Kirby music that we have is mostly from the ones Masahiro Sakurai created, especially from Superstar. So I think it would add a bit more variety to the Kirby franchise, and I just think Bandana Waluigi would just be a really good choice for the Nintendo fan base. My fourth dream pick is Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. I know Resident Evil got turned into spirits. I know it's never gonna happen, but it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts because it's literally Capcom's best-selling franchise of all time. It literally beat Mega Man and Street Fighter. So to see it being spirits is such a downgrade. Like everyone knows Resident Evil. Everyone and their mama knows the franchise. So seeing it being just turned down into spirits literally kind of puts me in the, literally makes me dirty. But yeah, Resident Evil has a really good history with Nintendo. I mean, Resident Evil 2 was on the N64. Some of the Resident Evil games were like the Resident Evil 1 remake, Resident Evil 0. They were GameCube exclusives at one point. Also, even Resident Evil 4, that was a GameCube exclusive at one point. And you can actually play most of the Resident Evil games on the Switch. Well, besides the Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 7, which I can understand why, since I don't even know if the Switch can handle those games. So yeah, my fourth dream pick is Leon Kennedy. My fifth dream pick is Dixie Kong from the Donkey Kong series. I was rooting for Dixie Kong since Smash 4. I was rooting for her way more than King K. Rool. I know King K. Rool was the more popular pick, but Dixie's my girl. Donkey Kong Country 2 is literally one of the greatest SNES games of all time. Dare I say, Donkey Kong Country 2 is my favorite game in the Donkey Kong franchise. I just love that game. That's how much I love that game. And some people would argue she will be a Diddy Echo Fighter. No. That's not how it's gonna work. I'm no Sakurai can make Dixie Kong unique. Besides, Dixie doesn't even have a tail. Diddy has one. Dixie Kong doesn't. And there are ways to make Dixie Kong unique besides her hair. Like, I'm pretty sure Sakurai will find a way to implement her guitar as an attack. That would be awesome. So yeah, I think Dixie Kong would complete the Donkey Kong lineup. I know King K. Rool was the dream for a lot of people, but just Dixie Kong is all I need. Then I'll be done asking for Donkey Kong characters. My sixth and final dream character is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is my absolute favorite fighting game, and I've known about it since I was a kid. I've known about it. Mortal Kombat 2 was literally the first game I've ever played from that franchise. And seeing it grow and grow into a pop culture phenomenon warms my heart. But the big downside is that Mortal Kombat is banned in Japan, which honestly destroys Scorpion's chances. But the franchise is in the West is way too hard to ignore, in my opinion. I don't know if Sakurai can find a way to make Scorpion be in Smash Bros. Unless he has to somehow deal with the Japanese government, then I don't think Scorpion is gonna happen. But he will be such an awesome addition. Imagine hearing the quote "Get over here" in Smash. Just imagine Kirby saying that quote. That'd be amazing. Now, let's get into my predictions. Now, my first prediction is a returning one, and that's Crash Bandicoot. I actually think he's really likely, due to the fact that Crash Bandicoot has been with Nintendo since the Game Boy Advance. I mean, three of the games were actually Game Boy exclusives, like the Huge Adventure and Trance and Crash Bandicoot Purple, but that was a really shitty game, so we don't talk about that. But some people would argue, shouldn't wouldn't suck? Isn't Crash a Western character? Yes, he is a Western character. He's actually really popular in Japan. Japan is literally the sole reason why fake Crash was created, thanks to that bad plushie doll that Naughty Dog found. So yeah, thanks to Japan, fake Crash was created. Yeah, Crash is really popular in Japan, and the fact that in the Nintendo Direct, when they announced that the Insane Trilogy was going to be at the Switch, they call Crash a gaming icon, so they know how big of a deal Crash is. So I think Crash Bandicoot is really likely. It would be such a huge moment in the gaming industry. My second pick is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Now, some people would argue, a lot of people will argue, wouldn't Disney be really protective of their IPs? Disney and Nintendo have been working together for decades. In the 1960s, I believe, Disney made a contract with Nintendo to make Disney trading card games. So that was the first thing that Nintendo collaborated with Disney. And I do remember some Nintendo games, the Disney games exclusive to Nintendo systems. The Disney sports games, those were GameCube. I think those were GameCube exclusives? I don't know. Magical Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse, that was a GameCube exclusive, but yeah, that was a pretty bad game. Both Epic Mickey 1 and 2, that was a Wii exclusive. And the Magical Mirror ports on the Game Boy Advance, those were only on Game Boy. And with Kingdom Hearts actually being on Nintendo consoles before, with Chain of Memories, 358 Days, Recoded, Dream Drop Distance, I think Sora actually has a really good shot. Now, some people will argue, wouldn't Square be really stingy with the music? Here is the good part. The composer for Kingdom Hearts has been working with the Super Smash Bros. Franchise since Brawl. The composer is named Yoko Shimomura. She also, not only she composed the Kingdom Hearts franchise, she composed the Mario and Luigi franchise. So I don't think she would have an issue composing Kingdom Hearts, allowing Kingdom Hearts music in Smash. And as for, and there's another argument. Wouldn't Kingdom Hearts be incomplete without the Disney characters? No. I mean, the Disney influence in Kingdom Hearts, they're mostly filler. The main storyline is just Sora, Riku, Kairi, Ventus, Aqua, Terra, Roxas, and Xion. That's what most of the Kingdom Hearts fan base is here for. Those characters. They don't even care about the Disney. They don't even care about the Disney stuff. So yeah, I think Sora has a really good shot. My third prediction is Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Koei Tecmo and Nintendo has a really good partnership as of late. They developed Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which they have which that game already has a character. Let's be real. And Ninja Gaiden is one of the first, along with Devil May Cry, is one of the first hack and slash games. And the reboot specifically. And he's honestly one of the last NES reps, besides Bill and Lance from Contra, and Billy and Jimmy from Double Dragon. So yeah, I think Ryu Hayabusa would be an awesome inclusion oh my god. Imagine hearing a remix of Unbreakable Determination. Just imagine that. That would be amazing. My fourth prediction is Rayman. Now, some people would argue, isn't Rayman a spirit? Ubisoft is a AAA company. Why would they only want just a spirit? And to add to the evidence that Rayman is coming back, that Rayman actually has a shot, those Mii costumes, the rabbits, and Altair from Assassin's Creed, they were included, but Rayman is nowhere to be found. That's actually pretty suspicious in my eyes. So, because you think they will add that if Rayman comes, but I actually think that increases its chances, because not only would you add Rayman in Smash, you would actually add Rayman Mii costumes, like Glowbox, Barbara, Murphy, the Teensies, Mr. Dark, and the Hoodlums. So I think Rayman would be an amazing inclusion. He would imagine seeing him, Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Banjo-Kazooie all in one game, and maybe even Crash. That'd be a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and I think that'd be an amazing dream to have. My number 5 prediction character is Professor Layton from Level 5. Level 5 is one of the biggest game developers in Japan. And some people would argue Yokai Jibanyan from Yokai Watch, since that's a big deal in Japan. But that franchise is actually declining in sales. And Professor Layton, the Professor Layton franchise, is Level 5's best-selling series. I think it has 17 million. I think the series has sold over 17 million units. Then Professor Layton goes. His first game was on the DS. So I think every single Professor Layton game was on the DS. So I'm actually surprised that he hasn't been added as of this point. And I think he would fit. He would be the perfect representative for the puzzle genre. Now, some people would argue Puyo Puyo's is Oro, but since she's a Sega character and we got Joker, I would argue let other companies have their own fun. So yeah, Professor Layton, I think, has a pretty good shot as well. My last prediction is the Doom Slayer. Doom is literally one of the most important video games of all time. It literally revolutionized the industry. Without Doom, Halo, Splatoon, Call of Duty would not even exist. And Sakurai has actually mentioned John Carmack when he was being interviewed with Tetsuya Nomura. I think that goes to show you that Doom actually has that goes to show you that Doom actually has a following in Japan. Now, some people would argue, wait, he's way too gory. He's way too bloody. That's all for that's all for aesthetic. The blood and guts, those are aesthetics. I'm pretty sure Sakurai doesn't care about those. That's just for aesthetics. Wait, it was like also would argue he literally rips and tears demons. Do you actually think a normal human being could punch a demon? If you say yes, you're fucking delusional. I would just say that. As some people would argue, he would always have his guns. Yeah. Doom is an FPS character. That's literally the point of what an FPS works. I think Sakura would actually find a way to implement the glory kills. Doom guy actually has combat experience though. He knows how to fight hand to hand since the very first game. Oh, and also the fucking music. The music. Oh my god, we actually need metal music in Smash. We need metal music in Smash. Imagine hearing Rip It and Tear in Smash. That'd be glorious. Okay, I'm gonna mention some honorable mentions before I end this off. Dante from Devil May Cry. I think he would be an amazing inclusion. I think he would be a really great inclusion with a huge assortment of moveset to pull from. With really good music to choose from, and with Devil May Cry being it literally invented the hack and slash genre. I think Dante would be a really great pick. The second honorable mention is Kazuya Mishima from Tekken. Bandai Namco literally only has one rep, and that's Pac-Man. Some people would argue Lloyd Irving. I could actually see him as well, but Tekken is way too big of a franchise to ignore. And I think some Tekken mechanics would actually be really interesting to pull from Smash. Also, the music would be hearing Tekken music in Smash would be amazing. Hearing Jin's theme in Smash, dude, imagine that. That'd be glorious. The third honorable mention is Billy and Jimmy Lee from Double Dragon. They represent Arc System Works, and Arc System just got a Spirit event, which is the River City franchise. So I think that increases. I think they actually have a shot at having one of their characters in the Fighter's Pass. Some people would argue Soul Bad Guy, but as much as I would love to see Soul Bad Guy in Smash, I mean, Guilty Gear is such a great franchise. But to represent a new, I think Billy and Jimmy Lee from Double Dragon would represent a whole new genre, which is a beat 'em up. And I think Sakurai actually likes his old school games. Fourth honorable mention is Laharl from Disgaea. Now you might be saying, wait, that's a pretty odd pick. Yeah, it is. But the NIS or Nippon Ichi Software actually has a pretty big following in Japan, and Disgaea is a pretty big series in Japan. And most of the Disgaea games are on the Switch. And I've heard they plan to get 2 and 3 onto the Switch. So I honestly think I wouldn't sleep on Laharl from the first Disgaea game to be in Smash. The last honorable mention I want to talk about is an indie character. Some people would argue Shantae Ophelia from Skullgirls, the Knight from Hollow Knight, or Reimu from the Toho series. Now here's my preferred choice for an indie rap. Quote from Cave Story. Cave Story is literally the reason why indie games exist. It's literally a trailblazer in the indie genre. So I honestly believe no indie character should get it before Quote. He already has a moveset to pull from. He has a moveset to pull from, and oh my god, the music would be really cool. As hearing some Cave Story music and Sash would be really cool, and the alternate costumes would be awesome. I don't think it would be just Quotes, but also Curly and some other and some other characters from Cave Story would be actually nice to see as well. They played literally the exact same in Cave Story, so you don't have it's only for aesthetics. No costume change, no moveset changes. So yeah, I think Quotes would be a really cool choice to have. Although the only downside is the company downloads Cave Story. Nicholas is a has a pretty bad reputation as of this point, thanks to the owner being an absolute piece of shit. So I don't know if Sakura wants to deal with them having a bad reputation, but if he does, I think Quote would be an awesome choice. And there does it. What you guys think? What you guys think of all this? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. And put in the comments section down below who are your dreams and predictions for Smash Ultimate. Let's talk. I would love to see your predictions. This is Nomicon, and I'm signing out.